Welcome to our channel, Emma's Colorful Canvas. Once upon a time, in a cozy little town, there lived a girl named Emma. Emma was a creative and imaginative girl who loved colors and art. Her eyes sparkled with excitement whenever she saw a rainbow or a beautiful sunset in the sky. One sunny morning, Emma decided to take a stroll in the nearby park. As she walked, she noticed an art class taking place under a big shady tree. Curious and eager, she went closer to see what was happening. The art teacher, Mrs. Smith, saw Emma's enthusiasm and invited her to join the class. "Hello, young artist. Would you like to paint with us?" Mrs. Smith asked warmly. Emma's heart leaped with joy and she nodded with a big smile. "Yes, please. I love painting." Mrs. Smith handed Emma a blank canvas and a set of colorful paints. As Emma dipped her brush into the paints, she felt a burst of happiness within her. She started to paint a big yellow sun at the top of her canvas, just like the one she saw in the sky that morning. Next, Emma painted a lush, green meadow with colorful flowers of red, pink, and purple. Then she added a blue river that sparkled as if it was flowing with real water. As the art class continued, Emma let her imagination guide her. She painted a soaring orange bird, a playful brown squirrel, and a cute family of yellow ducks swimming in the river. She even painted a magical purple unicorn with a long, flowing mane. Mrs. Smith and the other kids in the class admired Emma's creativity in the way she brought her canvas to life with bright and cheerful colors. As the sun began to set, Emma added a magnificent rainbow arching across her painting. It was a rainbow with all the colors of the spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The painting looked like a magical world filled with joy and wonder. When the art class ended, Emma proudly showed her finished artwork to her parents. They were amazed by her talent and creativity. Emma felt overjoyed knowing that she had found her special hobby, painting beautiful, colorful masterpieces. From that day on, Emma painted every chance she got. She painted on canvases, walls, and even rocks. She painted the world as she saw it, vibrant and full of magic. Emma's artwork became famous in her town, and people from far and wide came to see her colorful masterpieces. Some of her paintings were displayed in art galleries, and she even won awards for her talent. But what made Emma happiest was the joy her art brought to others. Whenever someone looked at her paintings, they felt happiness and wonder, just like the feeling she had when she saw a rainbow in the sky. And so, Emma, the little artist with a heart full of colors, continued to paint and spread joy through her beautiful creations. End the story. Part 2. Max and the Magical Music. In a small town, surrounded by rolling hills and green meadows, there lived a boy named Max. Max was a kind-hearted and energetic young boy who had a special love for music. He was always humming tunes and tapping his feet to the rhythm of the world around him. One sunny afternoon, while Max was playing in the backyard, he noticed a shiny, old violin lying under a big oak tree. Curiosity got the best of him, and he picked it up carefully. The moment he held the violin in his hands, a magical shimmer surrounded him, and a melodious tune filled the air. Max's eyes widened with wonder as the music seemed to come alive. He gently placed the bow on the strings and started playing. To his amazement, the music was so enchanting that it made the flowers dance and the leaves sway with joy. Unbeknownst to Max, the violin was no ordinary instrument. It was a magical violin that had the power to bring happiness and harmony wherever its music was played. From that day on, Max and his magical violin became inseparable companions. He spent hours practicing and learning new tunes. With every note he played, Max could feel the music connecting him to the world in a special way. As Max's musical talent grew, he decided to share his gift with the town. He played his violin in the town square during sunny afternoons and under the starry night sky. Whenever he played, people couldn't help but stop to listen, mesmerized by the magical melodies that flowed from his violin. His music touched the hearts of the listeners, and it brought smiles to their faces. It was as if all worries and sorrows melted away whenever Max played his violin. One evening, while Max was playing near the shimmering lake, something extraordinary happened. As his fingers danced on the strings, the moonlight seemed to dance along with the music, creating a breathtaking spectacle of light and sound. The news of Max's magical music spread far and wide, and people from neighboring towns came to hear him play. The town's once quiet and peaceful streets turned into a place of joy and celebration whenever Max's music filled the air. But what made Max happiest was the joy he brought to others through his music. He realized that his hobby was not just a way to express himself, but it was a gift that could touch the lives of those around him. As Max grew older, he continued to play his magical violin, spreading happiness wherever he went. He played at weddings, birthdays, and even in hospitals, bringing comfort and healing to those in need. His music inspired others to pursue their passions and hobbies, knowing that they too could bring something magical to the world. And so, Max, the boy with a heart full of music, continued to play his magical violin, creating a symphony of happiness and harmony wherever he went. End the story. Part 3. Lily's Enchanted Garden. In a quaint little village, there lived a young girl named Lily. Lily was a gentle and curious soul who loved spending time outdoors, especially in her family's garden. She had a magical touch with plants and flowers, and wherever she went, beautiful blooms seemed to follow. One day, as Lily was tending to her favorite roses, she noticed a mysterious seed tucked among the petals. It had a faint glow and seemed to whisper a secret message to her heart. Intrigued, Lily carefully planted the seed in a small patch of soil and watered it with love. To her amazement, the seed quickly sprouted and grew into a magnificent flower with petals that shimmered like precious gems. It was no ordinary flower, it was a magical flower that could grant wishes to those who cared for it with kindness and love. Lily named the flower Wish Bloom and soon discovered that, whenever she whispered her heart's desires to the flower, they magically came true. She wished for a world filled with laughter, kindness, and happiness, and the village seemed to bloom with joy. News of Lily's enchanted garden spread, and people from all around came to see the marvelous wish bloom. Each visitor was welcomed with a warm smile, and Lily showed them the magic of her garden. But Lily didn't keep the magic of the wish bloom to herself. She encouraged others to plant seeds of kindness and compassion, for she knew that these were the seeds that grew the most beautiful flowers in the garden of life. As the seasons changed, Lily's garden bloomed with an array of colors and scents. There were sunflowers that danced in the sun, tulips that swayed in the breeze, and daisies that smiled at the sky. The children of the village loved visiting Lily's garden, and she would teach them the wonders of nature and how to care for the plants with tenderness. Together, they planted seeds of friendship and nurtured the flowers of joy. One day, a traveler passing through the village heard about Lily's enchanted garden and decided to visit. He was a grumpy old man who had forgotten the magic of kindness and had lost faith in the goodness of the world. When the traveler arrived at the garden, he saw the beauty that bloomed around him, but his heart remained closed. Lily sensed his sadness and gently handed him a seed. "Plant this seed with a wish in your heart," she said with a gentle smile. The traveler hesitated, but decided to give it a try. He planted the seed and whispered his wish for a heart full of joy and love. Days turned into weeks, and the traveler's seed grew into a beautiful flower with petals as bright as the morning sun. As he cared for the flower, the traveler's heart began to soften, and he felt a warmth he hadn't felt in a long time. The magic of Lily's garden had worked its wonders on the traveler, and he left the village with a heart full of gratitude and a newfound belief in the power of kindness. From that day on, Lily's enchanted garden became a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who visited. It was a place where wishes came true, hearts were healed, and the magic of love blossomed. And so, Lily continued to tend to her enchanted garden, spreading happiness and joy to all who entered. Her hobby of gardening had turned into a magical journey of love and wonder, reminding everyone that kindness could make the world a more beautiful place. End the story. Part 4. Alex and the Starry Night. In a small town nestled between lush hills and twinkling lakes, there lived a boy named Alex. Alex was a dreamer who loved gazing at the night sky. Every evening, he would sit on his favorite hill and watch as the stars painted the darkness with their magical glow. One night, as he looked up at the sky, he noticed a shooting star streaking across the horizon. Alex's eyes widened with wonder, and he made a wish from the bottom of his heart. "I wish I could touch the stars, and bring their magic down to earth," he whispered. To his surprise, a soft voice replied, "Your wish will come true, dear Alex." Alex turned around and saw a shimmering figure standing before him. It was a celestial fairy named Stella, with wings that glimmered like stardust. "I am Stella, the guardian of the night sky," she said, her voice gentle and melodious. "I have heard your heartfelt wish, and I'm here to help you discover the magic of the stars." With a wave of her hand, Stella sprinkled stardust on Alex, and suddenly, he felt light as a feather. His feet left the ground, and he started floating gently towards the sky. "Wow! This is incredible!" Alex exclaimed, his heart pounding with excitement. Stella smiled. "You now have the gift of flight. Follow me, and I will show you the wonders of the night sky." They soared through the heavens, passing shimmering constellations and sparkling planets. Alex was mesmerized by the beauty of the cosmos. Stella taught him the names of the stars and shared stories of mythical creatures woven into the night sky. As they flew, Stella handed Alex a magical brush made of stardust. "With this brush, you can paint your own constellations and bring your imagination to life in the sky," she explained. Alex's eyes lit up with delight. He started painting star patterns, forming shapes of animals, flowers, and even his favorite cartoon characters. The sky turned into a canvas of his dreams, and each stroke of his brush left a trail of twinkling stars. Time seemed to stand still as Alex lost himself in the magic of the night sky. But just as the first rays of dawn appeared, Stella gently guided him back to the hill where they had met. "You have a special gift, Alex," Stella said, her wings glowing with pride. "You can now create your own constellations whenever you wish." From that night on, Alex spent every evening painting new constellations in the sky. He painted stories of heroes, adventures, and dreams that inspired everyone who looked up at the stars. Word of Alex's magical talent spread, and people from far and wide came to witness his celestial artwork. They marveled at the beauty he brought to the night sky and the joy he spread with his hobby. But what made Alex happiest was the connection he felt with the stars. He knew that no matter where he was, he could always look up and find his creations shining brightly in the night. And so, Alex, the dreamer of the starry night, continued to paint his dreams in the sky, reminding everyone that the magic of the stars was never too far away. End the story.